The RAV4 is one of Toyota's best-selling models and was the first vehicle to pioneer the compact crossover SUV class. Unfortunately, it has two major safety flaws. Let's explore these issues as we watch the RAV4 undergo the world's most demanding crash tests. We're going to start with the safety of rear seat passengers in a frontal collision. The updated moderate overlap test now has a crash test dummy in the rear seat. The RAV4's first serious safety flaw showed up in this evaluation. This issue occurred during rebound, where the rear seat dummy's head precariously moved outside the side curtain airbag. This is extremely unsafe because it leaves the head completely vulnerable to impacts during a violent crash event. In the last video, we saw this also occurred in the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Fortunately, the rear seatbelt did a good job with keeping the dummy's head a safe distance from the front seat back. This dummy also recorded a low risk of injuries. In all, the RAV4 officially scored the second highest rating of acceptable in this evaluation. However, some people would feel uncomfortable with the side curtain airbag's performance and automatically disqualify the vehicle until Toyota finds a fix. Let's now imagine you're in a RAV4 and it was struck on its side by a 4,200-pound truck at 37 miles per hour. How would the vehicle and your family hold up? This is what the updated side impact test tells us. The Toyota's structure performed well, maintaining 23 centimeters of distance between the B-pillar and seat center line. This is a strong number for the class. The RAV4's second safety flaw makes an appearance in this test. The rear dummy's head dangerously struck the C-pillar hard through the curtain airbag. We can see the paint markings from the dummy's head on the C-pillar. This is quite disappointing. Up front, the driver dummy's head was well protected, but the dummy recorded a moderate risk of injuries to the pelvis. Overall, the RAV4 scored the second highest rating of acceptable in this evaluation. Again, the curtain airbag's performance might be disqualifying to some people. Now let's check out how strong the RAV4's structure is in a frontal collision. To do this, we'll look at the small overlap test, which concentrates all the crash forces on only 25% of the structure. Fortunately, the RAV4 had nearly flawless performance on both the driver and passenger sides. The structure held up very well. Peak intrusion is 3 centimeters on the driver's side and 6 centimeters on the passenger's side. Dummy movement was well controlled, and the risk of injuries is low to all body regions. Overall, the Toyota earned the highest score of good on both the driver and passenger sides. As SUVs have a higher center of gravity, they are more likely to roll over. Having a strong roof is therefore crucially important to protect occupants. The RAV4 withstood just over 21,000 pounds of peak force, which is a solid performance and enough to earn the highest rating of good. The RAV4 was tested in its abilities to avoid collisions with pedestrians in both day and night conditions, at speeds up to 37 miles per hour. During the daytime test, the vehicle performed well and autonomously stopped or slowed significantly in most situations. The RAV4 had flawless performance at nighttime when using the high beams, stopping in all scenarios. The performance was inconsistent when using only the low beams. The RAV4 has only one headlight type, and it performs fairly well. The low beams fall a little short on the left curves. The high beams also fall a little short in most scenarios. The automatic high beams earn the upgraded headlights extra credit. The system also produces low glare for other drivers, which used to be a problem in pre-2022 models. Overall, the RAV4 has a mix of strengths and weaknesses. On the positive side, it has a flawless performance in the small overlap test on the driver and passenger's sides. It has solid roof strength and decent headlights and automatic emergency braking. Unfortunately, the RAV4 has two serious flaws involving the side curtain airbags. In the moderate overlap test, the rear seat dummy's head moved outside the curtain airbag, leaving the head exposed. In the side test, the dummy's head struck the C-pillar hard through the airbag. Both of these events are extremely dangerous as they leave the rear dummy vulnerable to severe injuries. Normally, both of these occurrences should disqualify the RAV4 from your consideration if you plan on using the rear seat. The problem is that, as of the time of this video publication, there is no competing vehicle that has been fully crash tested that does a better job than the RAV4. The new Honda CR-V shows promise, but hasn't yet undergone the updated moderate overlap test. If it does well in this evaluation, the CR-V would make a safe option in this class. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about the safety performance of one of the RAV4's competitors, Check out this video on the Nissan Rogue.